Hey guys, welcome back to RC Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So it's another one of my videos showcasing cars that you've not seen on this channel before, but you have seen them on Tamiya Legends, but that was not the correct channel for them. So these videos are for two reasons, mainly for me to document what I have on the correct channel, which is this one, and also for hopefully you subscribers who have not seen them and you've seen them for the first time, because they're rather special buggies. So yeah, we've done others in this series. We've done the Kyosho Optima Pro and Optima Mid, we've done the Tomy Intruder and the Tomy EX, and now it's this pair. So my offering today are these two absolutely gorgeous vintage cars. So first up on the left we have the 1987 Marui Ninja. I've said it many times, in my opinion, my humble opinion, this is the sexiest looking RC vintage car of all time. It's just special. Shout out to Jason if you're watching for doing me a fantastic deal on this car. And then next up is possibly 1990, possibly 1991, and this is the MRC Santana Turbo, I believe. There was 3 models of this in the 4-wheel drive, and I believe it's to be the turbo variant. What a thing. This is the Ninja, the Marui Ninja is a rare car now, especially to get one in good condition, and what that means is good decent wheels and tyres. That's kind of a sticking point with these, but they are out there, but you would put them in the rare category. This thing is very rare. Small French company, MRC, won't be a massive amount of these things about, and to have one in this condition, which is basically untouched by me and will continue to be untouched by me, it just goes straight in the collection because it's an absolute thing of beauty. What do you think, my friends? As vintage RC cars go, these aren't bad, are they? Damn. Right, let's bring a camera over and have a close-up look at these. So, first up, as I said, 1987 Marui Ninja. That is genuinely a thing of beauty. In my opinion, when I've done videos on this before, there's people who don't like the look of it. But for me, just everything works. Front shocks with the angle, the rear shocks poking through the body with the high tower on. I mean, that's pretty unique. And then that crazy small wing that the car just wouldn't have any other wing that would work. Right through to the wheels and tyres. You know, these are not mint, but they're not bad. Could probably do with putting a little bit more silicone spray on them, to be honest, just to get them shining again. I mean, just look at that. What is not to like about this car? I'm extremely biased, I know, I understand that, but I honestly can't fault it in the looks department. That's quite possibly its best angle for me. I don't know, I'm nerding out now. So this is the chassis, so bathtub, 4-wheel drive, shaft driven, gear diffs front and back, motor mounted right at the back. This has got all the genuine period correct electrics in it. So we've got the black Marui motor, we've got the mechanical speedo, which is quite an odd looking thing. It's got an arm that travels up and down in the middle of it. Only thing I've taken out, it hasn't got the steering servo in now, which I didn't need, and the driver's pretty much box art, I believe. See if I can just give you a little bit of a close-up of how this is. So if you know the Marui Shogun, you'll know straight away that the Ninja came out first, and that has these high shock towers the bottom of the shocks bolt onto the arms, whereas on the Shogun it's onto the hubs. There's the shaft, rear gearbox. Rear shock tower also is different from the Shogun, which allows it for the shocks to come right up here, which obviously allows it to go through the body. See if I can just show you quickly that speed controller. So that's the speed controller arm, the variable. I can grab that, here we go. So that's how that works, up and down. Very different, isn't it? From like a free step or what's the other one? The variable. I believe that's variable. I don't think it's three-step, but I may be wrong. It's still got the resistors in place as well, which is mega cool. Just a gorgeous thing. And then the Santana 4-wheel drive turbo competition buggy. 4-wheel drive, belt driven. I believe it's gear diffs, but I've not even been into the gearboxes, so it could be ball. Those gold alloy shocks, that crazy wing with the big mounts on. This is a real this was a real high-end car. This was just 100% base for the track. Everything's fully adjustable on it. Sway bars front and back, UJs front and back. You know, and when I take the shell off, you'll understand when you see how the chassis looks. But I have to say, I bought this car for one reason, and that's because of how it looks. It's such a good looking vintage buggy, and I think the actual body shell itself, the shapes and the lines on it are very odd, and it makes the car just look really low to the ground. So obviously that's a massive plus for someone like me, but there's still a lot of ground clearance on it. As I said, this one is fully untouched. This is how I got it. The only thing I've done, two things. It didn't have narrow front tyres on when I got it, so I had this set of Schumachers. So I put the Schumacher tyres on. They're not a perfect fit to the wheel, but for the shelf, they're fine because they do look really good. And then I just put some black surround tape around both windows because it had not been painted very well and it was a bit jagged. Now, it's not perfect what I've done, but it looks way better than it did. And then from that angle, now I have to say, and stick in the comments what you think. For me personally, and I don't know what it is, maybe certain things float my boat, as it were, but that has to be one of the nicest looking vintage RC cars for me. It's just, for me, everything about it works. As I say, the body's really wide and it's quite bulky, but it's got all these lines and it actually ends up looking very sleek and completely badass in my opinion. So what I've done, obviously taking the shell off, I've taken the under tray off just so you can actually see the chassis. It's a pretty cool looking thing, isn't it? So again, as I say, 4-wheel drive, belt driven, guessing it's a single belt, almost a mid-mounted motor, UJs all around, front and back sway bars, turnbuckles all around, alloy shocks. Yeah, it was only designed for the track and the track only, this thing. Not too sure what the chassis is made from. Could be FRP, could be GRP. Be kind of cool to do a carbon version of it, wouldn't it? Be quite easy to do, to take all those bits off and get my buddy Nick Walker to do a full carbon one. That might be something for the future, who knows. See if I can show you the front UJs. Very cool. Got a sway bar all the way around. The rear sway bar is an odd looking thing. That's obviously mid-mount motor. That sway bar is an odd looking thing, isn't it? It travels all the way around. It's an odd thing. It reminds me, and I've never had one, but the sort of layout of it or how it looks, the shape of the chassis, it reminds me of the PB Ace, if you know that car. I think that lower chassis is very similar in shape to this. So yeah, this is one of the cars that I wanted to run on the channel. It was kind of the purpose of the new channel was to dig these cars out and get some electrics in them. But as you can imagine, this car's been untouched by me. Don't get me wrong, rear diff, I would guess that's ball diff just because of how it feels. Might be wrong. Front's a little bit freer, but yeah, what I'm saying is that obviously to get this running, I can't just bang electrics in it and hope for the best. I really do have to sort of strip it down and check the full drive train even. But yeah, I mean, do you want to see this thing running? It's a lot of work for me to do it, because I would be quite happy just to leave this in my collection as it is. But yeah, I mean, if you want to see it running and you think it's worth the time and effort to do it, then yeah, I'm more than happy to do it, to be honest, because how often am I going to get a chance to run something like this? And then obviously I need to do my customary both cars together shot. Yeah, starting to nerd out a little bit behind the camera. That's pretty gorgeous, to be honest. That is pretty gorgeous. Let's just pick the camera up. See if I can do this. Yeah, that's nice. Some nice angles there, my friends. Some extremely nice angles. It's funny, I love the Ninja to bits, as you know. But there's probably an argument to say that the Santana is equally, if not as nice looking. I don't know, what do you think? God, I'm such a nerd. But do you guys do this? I don't mean with video cameras and things, but do you just sit there and look at what you have? Look at that. That is beautiful. Try and just get it as low as I can. Yeah, that's a shot, my friends. That's a shot. So I hope you agree. It's worth me digging these out of the cabinets to show you again if you've seen them before. But yeah, just very special cars for different reasons. But yeah, if you had to pick one, which one would you pick? That's a tough call. I won't put you in that position because that's unfair. But yeah, just super cool. So as I said, this one will probably not run because I'll probably run the Shogun, which is basically the same thing. This one will run at some point on this channel, but yeah, I think it might need a little bit of work, but we'll see. So as always, my friends, leave in the comments what you think. If you've got anything useful to say that you think I need to know about these two cars, that'd be awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're new to this channel, or even if you're not, give this video a thumbs up, leave us a comment. Always happy to read your comments and reply. And subscribe if you haven't, and turn all those notifications on. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, my friends, the 1987 Marui Ninja and the 1990 Santana Turbo. I had to get that right. Wow. Happy days, my friends.